This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that last card to complete your deck, or just to get the latest booster packs in town like Chilling Ring, for example. You can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off your complete order. How fantastic is that? Also, this video is sponsored by cardmarket.com. This is a European platform where you're going to be able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and they even have old school cards for the collectors out there. Last but not least, this video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a website where you're going to be able to create your own unique custom playmat. Use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG10YP for 10% off your complete order, or just click the link in the description below to create your own fantastic playmat for the new season. Anyhow, thanks for sticking around with the commercials. I'll see you guys in a bit, so see you then. What's up YouTube, it's ZapDoesTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG deck profile video on my channel. Today we are going to be checking out Victini VMAX. Victini VMAX has a lot of promise because all GXs have rotated. So this is a post-rotation deck list, and we're going to be focusing on the attack here, Max Victory, getting this out on the second turn as consistently as possible. And we're going to try and dig and hunt after bosses so we can destroy any V Pokemon that wants to be evolving. So this is a very solid self-explanatory archetype. We're going to be talking about all the cards in this list. If you guys are a fan of the post-rotation content, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of the like button. It helps out in many ways to support the channel, and that means you guys are liking post-rotation content, so now I need to make more. So Victini VMAX, we are weak to water. I know there's still Lapras around and Ice Rider Calyrex, so we have to be a little bit careful of that weakness, but other than that, we can just punish evolving VMAX decks instantly. So as a little example, let's say we are up against Rapid Strike Urshifu V. They attach of the turn to a Rapid Strike Urshifu V, and then we are able to go first. We attach to our Victini, they attach of course to their Urshifu, that's back to us, we evolve, attach to our Victini, and then gust that Urshifu that wants to be evolving. So you can instantly win games very quickly with this list if you are able to go first. So we also have Spreading Flames, being able to accelerate 3 fire energies from the discard pile to a Pokemon any way we like. We are missing our tag team GXs and our GXs in general, so no Heatran GX anymore, no Reshizard. This is post-rotation, and it's going to be focused on Victini VMAX as the main attacker. We also have a secondary Pokemon that which is actually able to attack because of the 1-off water energy in this list, but other than that, it's just Victini Explorer. This is a list based on the one that Lucas O from Canada used in the Scuffed Evening post-rotation tournament over at play.limitlesstcg.com. And also seen Joshua Sutherland also was able to do pretty well with a similar build. So Victini VMAX, it's all about max victory, 100 damage, and as you can see here, if you slap down that damage onto a VMAX, you're actually able to slap 120 more, so that's 220 damage for only 2 energy. So low maintenance, either you 2-shot VMAXs or you 1-shot evolving Vs. That's how it is with Victini. We're going to be having a split line, 3 Victinis from Sword and Shield, and then there's the one from Darkness Ablaze. This is going to be an interesting one, which is able to already slap 60 damage, which could help out in specific matchups. And this is also very interesting, having Spreading Flames so you can set your board up. The Spreading Flames onto a Victini V is also very nice because of its energy burst. 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon could be very, very high damage output if you're able to get a lot of energies on. Of course, Welder will have been rotated, so that's the only way to get big damage is using Spreading Flames. But more importantly, you're going to be going, of course, with that Max Victory attack. So there's 3 Victinis of this one, and then there's the one from Darkness Ablaze, which is actually able to do some funky stuff in here. It also has a secondary attack, by the way. Discard all energies, 120 damage. That's actually enough to one-shot something like a Zacian V without needing any energies on the opposing Zacians, which is pretty damn nice. So this is the way we're working it out with. Next up is the Inteleon engine. We're going to be running a split line, 1 Inteleon Shady Dealings, 1 Inteleon Quick Shooting. So either you go for the Quick Shooting and specific matchups to have some more damage counters spreading around, or Shady Dealings to scout out trainers from the deck. You can also play this with Path to the Peak, which I found very interesting. We're going to be talking about more cards in this list very shortly. This list is not running any stadiums whatsoever. Instead, it relies on Crushing Hammer to slow the opponent down. If you're more fan of Path to the Peak, be sure to test that out in Victini as well, since you don't need a lot of abilities to start off with. Yeah, from V Pokemon, you're just using the Inteleon engine. So Shady Dealings, one Inteleon there, and then one Inteleon from Chilling Reign with the one and only Quick Shooting ability. Very impactful. You can also attack, as mentioned, with that other Inteleon, just because of the fact that we are running one copy of the Water Energy. So that's super interesting to note. There's 3 copies of Drizzle with Shady Dealings as well. Scout your deck for a trainer card. So this is going to be necessary. You evolve into Drizzle, find your boss's orders, and go crazy like that. There's 4 copies of the Sobble, so we've already got familiar with an Inteleon engine, and then 1 copy of Crobat V to top it all off here with Dark Acid being able to draw cards. So 1 Crobat and an Inteleon engine and Victini is all you're going to be needing, of course, to win games. What you want to do is always go first. If you go first, you're going to be winning a lot of games, because in this format, post-rotation format, there's just a lot of VMAX archetypes out there. Just think about Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, there is Rayquaza VMAX, there's Eternatus VMAX, there's Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. So many VMAXs out there, and you're going to be punishing them if they want to evolve. And if you go first, they're not going to be able to evolve, because you're going to be able to knock them out instantly. 4 copies of Research, again with the same story. Drawing a lot of cards is good. Followed up by 3 copies of Marnie. So this is going to be our draw engine. We're going to be running a lot of Quick Balls and Level Balls. That means Drizzle can search out any supporter you might possibly want. So 7 draw supporters is sufficient, in my opinion. We're also going to be running 3 copies of Boss's Orders. This Boss's Orders is very, very impactful. You don't even need 4 copies, just because of the high amount of Sobble and the high amount of Level Ball. You probably will find a Drizzle which can scout out a Boss's Orders instantly from the deck. And if you're able to do that, the opponent is going to be crying. If you go first with a Victini, attach 1 energy to a Victini V, the opponent's already shaking in their boots, because what are they going to do? Well, next turn you just knock out that V Pokemon. If they slap down another V Pokemon, you can hunt after that one as well. You can hunt after Eldegoss, Crobat. There's no GXs in the format anymore, so Victini VMAX is actually very, very strong. Very strong and consistent, that's all you need. There's 1 copy of Phoebe in here, because yeah, the Decidueye is a little bit of a difficult matchup. You can use Phoebe to go through Victini VMAX. You can even enter to other means, something like a Zamazenta. For instance, if there's a Zamazenta in your way, you can of course rely on Phoebe as well. You can of course use, as mentioned, Palpat to get it back, but you can also attack with the Inteleon, the one from Sword and Shield, to slap 120 damage. Combined with that Inteleon sniping of 20 damage counters, you're actually going to be one-shotting a Decidueye, which could be very, very impactful. Okay, moving forward, we're going to be running 4 Quick Ball. Yeah, the same story as always, scouting out your basics. There's nothing more to say about Quick Ball. You can also discard some cards from the hand. This is not going to be necessary in this list. No beneficial thing of discarding a card, but maybe you want to thin out your deck. Could be impactful regardless. So the Quick Ball finds your Sobble, finds your Victini, that's it. And also can get Crobat in nasty situations. If you get Marnied to a low hand size, you're actually going to be able to do something. There's Level Ball, finding the Drizzle engine as actually Drizzle and Sobble simultaneously, super strong. Then we're going to be finishing it off with, of course, 4 Evolution Instants. So how consistent is this, right? 4 Research, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Level Ball, 4 Evolution Instants, 4 Victini. It's going to be easier than ever to get a second turn Victini VMAX, mark my words. We have 3 Crushing Hammers. This is a questionable card, in my opinion. I know it slows down a lot of decks like Rapid Strike Urshifu. If they go first, you can slow them down. You can also slow down a Shadow Rider from getting an attack off the following turn, because of course they will need more energies in play to just dish out more damage. Against stuff like Eternatus, it's going to be less impactful because they do have Galarian Moltres, but this just slows down archetypes. It also slows down the Decidueye, in my opinion. If they're not able to KO your Inteleon there, you're actually going to be able to use it multiple times, and that's going to be the way you win against the Decidueye. You have the Phoebe, you have the one Inteleon, you have some Crushing Hammers. Hopefully that's going to be enough, because the Decidueye does take up 2 energies in order to attack. I think Crushing Hammers are nice. Also something you might think about is Path to the Peak. Maybe you can say like, I'm scratching the Crushing Hammers and go full disruptive mode with 3 copies of Path to the Peak. That's also an option, but I'll leave that entirely up to you. Then 1 copy of Escape Rope. This is super strong. Sometimes you don't even need Boss's Orders. Let's say the opponent has a Sobble and an Ice Rider Calyrex V on their first turn. then it's back to yeah, you go first, of course, technically. So if you go first and the opponent only has an Ice Rider, Calyrex, V, and a Sobble, for instance, it's back to you. You can use Escape Rope to get that V into the active slot and then knock it out. So you don't always need Boss's Orders. There's a Scoop Up Net, which means if you get damage onto your Inteleon, you can scoop it up and then evolve another one on the bench. So if you're up against the Decidueye, super impactful. You can also reuse the Shady Dealings ability, which is very, very good. Moving forward, we're going to be running 2 Air Balloon. These Air Balloons are going to be very impactful because everything will have Free Retreat, and having Free Retreat is awesome for sure. We're going to have 1 Energy Surge just because of the fact you don't want to whiff out on an energy, so you can get your Fire Energy and on the second turn, maybe you're whiffing out on an energy, or you can find your 1-of Water Energy, and this 1-of Water Energy will be useful for the Inteleon from Sword and Shield to be able to attack. And then there's the Tool Jammer. Tool Jammer allows you to go through, yeah, make sure that the tool cards of the opponent no longer have effects. Stuff like Big Charm. If they have a Big Charm, you're not able to one-hit KO them. That's bad. Stuff like Air Balloon so they can Free Retreat. That's bad. Stuff like Big Parasol, which prevents the quick shooting ability from Inteleon to go through. Definitely impactful against the Decidueye. So Tool Jammer is a very cool card in here for sure. To finish the list up, we're going to be running 10 Fire Energies, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1 Water Energy, of course, for that Inteleon. Very, very cool. So here we go. Ta-ta! And yeah, this is the entire list. So hopefully you guys are, of course, enjoying the deck lists on the channel. If you are, be sure to let me know by destroying the like button. Be sure to check out our sponsors as well. We, of course, have PhotonStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. Use that coupon code ZABDOISTCG for 5% off your entire order if you're looking for TCGO code cards. Also, be sure to check out yourplaymat.com if you want to create your own custom playmat for the new season. And last but not least, there's, of course, cardsmarket.com. If you're a European player, click that link in the description below. You're going to be able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed another deck profile on the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.